I know all of you have been waiting to hear. The original Miss Thing, Miss Patti LaBelle.
What if I told you that the godmother of soul has been hiding her biggest musical secrets for decades?
From the mess we made.
Patti LaBelle, the woman who gave us Lady Marmalade and made grown men cry with If Only You Knew, has been keeping quiet about the artists who really shaped her legendary voice.
Sam Smith is a soul singer. Michael McDonald is a soul singer.
But today, we're spilling all the tea. From secret friendships that rocked the music world to shocking feuds the media never reported. And wait until you hear what Patti really said about one of these legends that will leave your jaw on the floor. These aren't just random influences, people. We're talking about the musical DNA that created one of the most powerful voices in history. Some of these relationships were beautiful, others were messy. And one of them involved a comment so controversial, it nearly ended a decades-long friendship. You think you know Patti LaBelle? Think again. We've got exclusive behind-the-scenes stories, industry secrets that insiders have kept buried for years, and revelations that will completely change how you see the queen of R&B forever. So buckle up, because this countdown is about to get real. 7. Diana Ross. Here's where things get juicy, people.
I want to call the stars down from the sky. I want to live a day.
You might think Diana Ross and Patti LaBelle were just two divas who happened to share the same era. But sources close to both legends reveal there was so much more going on behind the scenes.
Diana, she did that to you too, didn't she? I don't do that. But wait a minute, what girlfriend said that I ate those lashes?
Back in the day when Patti was still finding her solo sound after LaBelle broke up, she was secretly studying every single move Diana made. Industry insiders claim Patti would sneak into Supreme's concerts not as a fan, but as a student. She was mesmerized by how Diana commanded the stage and made disco feel elegant. But here's the tea nobody talks about. Their first backstage meeting was allegedly awkward as hell. One producer who was there said Patti was so nervous she could barely speak, while Diana was reportedly politely distant. The real breakthrough came during those legendary VH1 Divas shows. That's when their professional respect turned into genuine friendship. Diana's disco influence helped shape Patti's smoother vocal style in the 80s, especially on hits like New Attitude. What's wild is how they both transformed from girl group members into solo superstars, but took completely different paths to get there. 6. Lorraine Ellison. Now this is the influence nobody saw coming. While everyone talks about Aretha and Diana, the real music heads know that Lorraine Ellison was Patti's secret vocal weapon. And honey, the story behind this connection is absolutely wild. Lorraine Ellison was this incredible soul singer from Philadelphia, the same city where young Patti was cutting her teeth in church choirs. But here's what the history books don't tell you. Patti allegedly discovered Lorraine's music during one of the darkest periods of her early career. Industry veterans whisper about a specific moment in the late 1960s when Patti heard Lorraine's version of Stay With Me and completely lost it. Sources say she played that record so many times, her bandmates thought she was obsessed. One studio engineer claimed Patti would request they play Lorraine's songs between takes, studying every vocal run and emotional inflection. The crazy part? Lorraine Ellison was doing gospel-influenced soul music that most people weren't ready for. But Patti saw the future in those vocals. The way Lorraine could go from whisper-soft to roof-shaking power became Patti's signature style. What makes this connection even more mysterious is that they rarely performed together publicly, keeping their musical relationship almost like a sacred secret between two Philadelphia soul sisters. 5. Chaka Khan. Get ready for some serious drama, because the Chaka Khan and Patti LaBelle connection is messier than you think. Sure, they're touring together now on that Queen's tour, but sources reveal their relationship has been a roller coaster of competition, respect, and behind-the-scenes tension.
Like them. I like her because I've been here with her her friends in the back who work with her.
Back in the 1970s, when both women were establishing their solo careers, music executives allegedly tried to pit them against each other. One former Atlantic Records insider claims there were meetings where label heads would literally compare their vocal ranges, trying to decide who was the better investment. The real tea comes from their early recording sessions. Producers who worked with both artists whisper about how they would secretly listen to each other's unreleased tracks. Chaka allegedly once said Patti had pipes that could crack glass, while Patti supposedly admitted Chaka's funky edge made her want to get dirtier with her own sound. But here's where it gets interesting. Their friendship really solidified when they realized the industry was playing games with them. A backup singer who toured with both revealed they had a private conversation in the late 80s where they decided to support each other instead of competing. Now they're like musical sisters. But don't think there isn't still some friendly vocal sparring happening on that tour bus. 4. Gladys Knight. Hold up, because the Gladys Knight situation is about to blow your mind. Everyone thinks Patti and Gladys are just sweet friends who sing together, but industry insiders reveal there's been decades of subtle shade, competition, and one particularly explosive moment that nearly ended everything.
She has captured that little spot that nobody can come into because nobody can sound like.
The drama started way back when both women were trying to establish themselves as the premier female R&B vocalists. Radio programmers from the 80s claim there was an unspoken rivalry. Gladys was the Empress of Soul, while Patti was fighting to become the godmother of soul. One former DJ alleged that their respective teams would actually request their songs not be played back-to-back because the comparisons were too obvious. But here's the scandal nobody talks about. There was allegedly a major blow-up during a 1990s award show rehearsal. A sound engineer who was there claims Gladys made a comment about Patti's vocal runs being excessive, and Patti fired back with something about Gladys being too safe. The tension was so thick, they had to rehearse their duet separately. Fast forward to that legendary Versus battle they did together. Music insiders say it was actually a peace treaty performance. They realized their voices together were unstoppable. And now that Queen's Tour is proof that sometimes the best partnerships come after working through the drama. 3. Nina Simone. Now we're getting into the deep, emotional territory that changed Patti's life forever. The Nina Simone connection isn't just about music. It's about a friendship so intense and transformative that it literally rewired Patti's entire approach to her career. Here's what Patti herself revealed in interviews. I grew up on jazz and I loved Nina Simone. I loved her voice and started singing her songs. Before she passed in 2003, Nina became one of my best friends. But industry insiders say there's way more to this story than Patti lets on. According to sources close to both women, their first meeting was absolutely explosive. A former backup musician claims Nina heard Patti sing at a small jazz club in the early 80s and walked straight up to her afterward, saying something like, "You've got the fire, but you're holding back." That conversation allegedly lasted until 4 a.m., with Nina basically giving Patti a masterclass in artistic fearlessness. The real transformation happened when Nina taught Patti to be more assertive in her career. Before their friendship, Patti was reportedly too polite in business meetings. Nina changed all that, telling her to demand respect and never apologize for her talent. What's heartbreaking is that Patti sang at Nina's 2003 memorial service, and witnesses say she could barely get through the performance without breaking down completely. 2. Mariah Carey plot twist alert. This isn't about an older artist influencing Patti. This is about Patti becoming a godmother figure to one of the biggest voices in music history.
You're close with Mariah Carey.
She's my
She's her goddaughter,
Yes.
for cripe's sake.
And honey, this relationship has some seriously surprising layers. Most people know Patti is literally Mariah Carey's godmother, But what they don't know is how this relationship completely flipped the script on musical mentorship. Industry insiders reveal that while Patti was guiding young Mariah through the brutal music business, Mariah was actually teaching Patti some new vocal techniques that helped extend her career. Here's the tea that never gets spilled. When Mariah was developing her signature whistle register, she was secretly studying Patti's powerful belting techniques. But sources close to both singers claim Mariah also showed Patti how to preserve her voice for longevity. A former vocal coach who worked with both women alleged that Mariah's technical precision helped Patti refine her legendary runs. The relationship got even deeper when Mariah was going through her public struggles in the early 2000s. Music executives who witnessed their private conversations say Patti became Mariah's emotional anchor, while Mariah kept Patti feeling relevant to younger audiences. But here's what's really wild. Their influence on each other goes beyond music. Mariah reportedly learned her business savvy from watching how Patti navigated record label politics, while Patti discovered social media and connecting with new fans through Mariah's modern approach. 1. Artha Franklin. Are you ready for this? Because the #1 spot is about to shatter everything you thought you knew about music royalty. The Artha Franklin and Patti LaBelle connection goes so deep, it's practically the foundation of modern soul music. But what happened between them will leave you absolutely speechless. Patti has never hidden her worship of Artha, saying, "She was the greatest singer in the world to me. She's my hero."
Moves when I was singing with Artha and all of the things back in the daytime, so she wants me to help her with.
But industry veterans reveal their relationship was way more complex than simple admiration. These were two powerhouse voices who respected each other so much, it sometimes created impossible pressure. Here's the moment that proves everything. When Artha was planning her funeral, she specifically requested that Patti LaBelle perform. Think about that. The Queen of Soul's final musical wish was to have the godmother of soul send her home. But sources close to both families say Patti was so devastated, she almost couldn't do it. The real secret? They performed together at Obama's Woman of Soul presentation in 2014, and backup singers who were there claim it was the most emotionally charged performance they'd ever witnessed. Both women were reportedly in tears backstage afterward. What makes this relationship legendary is that Artha saw herself in Patti, two church girls who conquered the world with pure vocal power and refused to compromise their artistry for anyone. So there you have it, the 7 musical influences that shaped the godmother of soul. Were you shocked that Artha topped the list? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and tell us which connection surprised you the most. Don't forget to smash that like button and hit the notification bell for more explosive music industry secrets coming your way.